Hi, welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today is November 27th, 2021, and this is 2 weeks worth of dividend updates. I accidentally did not, life got busy last week, and I just did not get around to making a video. So this is 2 weeks worth of my dividend journey. So we start off the same way every time, and that's the different ways in which we can receive dividends. First way is to have cash directly deposited into my account. And the second is to use DRIP, the Dividend Reinvestment Plan. And originally, when I first accidentally got into dividend-bearing stocks, I just had the cash deposited into my account and didn't really see any growth at all. And then I've recently transitioned everything into the Dividend Reinvestment Plan and am beginning to see my account grow. So I currently have small bits and pieces of 19 different stocks and funds. These are broken down into quarterly and monthly. I'm trying to get to a point where I have a paycheck every month that I don't have to go to work. So if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you push subscribe down below. If you are a subscriber, thanks. I appreciate you came back today. Hit the bell for notifications if you want to know when my next video posts, and thumbs up if you like what I'm presenting. And if you have any suggestions on stocks, ETFs, bonds, anything, I'd love to hear down below in the comments. So I currently have long-term and short-term goals. When I think long-term, I think 2 or more years. I probably think a little longer than that, especially. My first long-term goal is to have a $100,000 dividend portfolio value. Now, currently it's just under $2,300. So this one's going to definitely take more than 2 years, but again, it's long-term, and I know that's one of the big goals that I'm headed towards. Again, long-term, I want to earn about $80,000 a year in dividends so that I don't have to go to work and my husband doesn't have to go to work. And that would currently have $158. And I just said that I don't want my husband to go to work. We lovingly tease and call him, we want him to be a house daddy. So that is the first goal that I'm hoping to get, and that $80,000 will definitely help with that. And then the second is so that I don't have to go to work. And if we're making $80,000, I definitely don't have to go to work. Short-term goals, when we think 1 year or less, I'd like to have a $5,000 dividend portfolio value. And I'm halfway there, so I do think that this is doable in the next year. I would like to earn $20 a month in dividends. Currently, I'm getting an average of $13.50. I'm hoping that $20 a month will happen in about 6 months. So definitely less than that year. And then OXSQ is one that I'm really trying to get to my goal. My goal is to have 150 shares. I currently only own 33. I can't quite seem to get in at my price point that I want, so I'm still stuck at 33, been stuck at 33 for a little while. But OXSQ is a stock that pays monthly, and I'd like to get it up so that every month I earn 1 extra share, and for me that's that $150 mark. And then my last short-term goal is to receive at least 1 dividend check every week of the month, making a minimum of $5. So right now I actually am receiving a dividend check every week, which excites me beyond belief. But I haven't met the goal of $5. So my PFLT, I think I own like 2, maybe 3 shares of it, definitely not paying me $5. AG&C, same thing, definitely not paying me $5. Maine and PSEC, definitely not $5. Glad, ORC, and OXSQ. Now, because I own enough ORC, I am actually getting $5 during this time, but I definitely have a good way to go on all of the above. So I like that I've broken it down. I can see quickly who pays me quarterly, who pays me monthly, so that I have an idea of, can I achieve that last goal? This week, over the last 2 weeks, my goal was to purchase 1 share of Maine, 10 shares of OXSQ, 5 shares of AG&C. So what exactly happened this week? Well, honestly, the week that I didn't update anything, nothing happened. I didn't purchase anything. Life got busy. I couldn't get in at the price point that I wanted to, so I just didn't buy anything. So last week, and actually most of it was in the last couple of days, I purchased a share and a half of AGNC. 2 weeks ago, I had purchased half a share because that's all the money I had in my account was to be able to purchase half a share, trying to get it up to 2 shares. So that was last week's goal, was to get AGNC up so that I could own a little bit more. And then I also bought NRZ. I bought 1 share. I did have orders in for Acre, ORCC, and OXSQ, none of which I was able to get at the price point that I wanted to. That's okay. I really looked at things that were in the red the last couple of days to help me decide what it was I was purchasing. And unfortunately, I think I tried to lowball Acre, Owl Rock, and OXSQ just a little bit too low and couldn't quite get in. So that's all right. We are moving up with my other 2, headed in the right direction. So now I think I own 3 shares of NRZ and 3 or 4 shares of AGNC. So goals next week is to purchase at least 10 shares of OXSQ. Definitely going to keep my eye on it. Might put in a buy order. I'm not certain yet. I've got money. Woohoo! Don't always have money, but I actually have money this month or this week to be able to purchase my 10 shares of OXSQ. My buy order that I had in actually was for 20 shares. So unfortunately, like I said, I tried to lowball it and didn't quite get in. And then I would like to purchase at least 1 share of anything in the red, and we'll talk about exactly what does the red mean in just a little bit. So earnings over the last 2 weeks, I earned $1.34 from OHI. Now I only own, I think, 3 shares of OHI, so $1.34, having a party. Because it reinvests, I got 47 thousandths of a share. It's not a whole heck of a lot, but that's okay. Maine also paid me. I got 21 cents. Woohoo, party. Now 21 cents isn't a lot, and you can tell in the number of shares I got, it's minuscule, but I earned 21 cents and my portfolio is beginning to slowly grow. And then I also, last week, I actually got earnings from PSEC. Again, not a whole heck of a lot. It's 12 cents, but 12 cents is better than 0 cents. And then my big one, which I get once a month, is from ORC, and I got $6.58. Woohoo! Yes, 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 yes. I earned just over a share of ORC, and I am continuing to grow what I have in ORC. So this is my current dividend payments that I've received for the year. When I look at this, I talk about in past videos about I unintentionally got into dividend stocks back in January, February, March of this year. My first one actually was Apple, and I actually owned Apple some of 2020 as well, and really got into it to play the low, the high, the bounces, that kind of thing, and realized, hey, it pays me dividends. Well, unfortunately, when I really got into looking at dividends in the end of August, beginning of September, I came to realize it wasn't even paying 0.5%. And I am not looking long-term growth for that. For the stock price to increase, I was looking at long-term, I want to get paid. So I sold my Apple stock in September and began to reinvest in other things. Back in January, February, March, my husband decided gold price was at an all-time high. Oh, we need to buy gold, we need to buy gold, we need to buy gold. So instead of buying gold, I bought stocks in gold mining companies. And these, again, didn't realize that they were going to pay me dividends. So really excited about that. So as we got the first ones, this cash was just deposited into my account. This cash was just deposited into my account. And I really was like, well, the whole big reason I'm actually in those 3 is because I'm playing a bounce, honestly, if I'm truthful with you. And my husband and I made a choice that once it reached 50% profit, I'd go ahead and sell it. Well, in the meantime, I've decided now that I'm looking into going dividends that we're just going to stay in them for a little while. They're way off from being 50% profit. Which one? I think this one is my Franco-Nevada. ABCDEFG. No, I think this is my Franco-Nevada. I don't own a whole lot of it. I own 3 shares of Franco-Nevada. It's really expensive for me. It's like when I bought it, it was like $120 when I bought into Franco-Nevada. And it pays just under 1%, but I'm okay with that because it actually went up a lot. So my yield on cost is higher than 1%. So we're just going to hold on to that. And then this is my BTG, and this is my this is my Barrick Gold. And Barrick Gold, I have really enjoyed. The last 2 times that I got dividends from them, they didn't just pay me a dividend, they actually gave me oh my gosh, I just forgot what it's called again. I'll think of it in a minute. Where they give you back the profits. So I got extra off of Barrick Gold and was so happy about that. And then, so in the month of November, I've earned 24 cents, 21 cents, $1.34, 6.58, 19 cents, 12 cents, and 52 cents. So the one that I really want to talk about the most is my ORC, and that's the showing of compounding, of dividend reinvestment, and not just putting money in your pocket. So last month I got $6.50. If I had just pocketed that, I still would have gotten just $6.50. Well, since I started doing the dividend reinvestment plan, I now earned a whole stock last month. I've earned another stock this month. So now I'm up to $6.58. And that's just going to continue to increase as long as I continue to reinvest. So this is the beauty of the drip versus this money was just going into my account and stayed the same, where this money is now increasing because I'm reinvesting it. So I cannot wait to see where this ends up the end of next year and just the compounding growth of it. Capital gains. See, I knew if I stayed on the screen long enough, I'd figure out what it was. Barrick Gold paid me capital gains. So that's why this is higher, because I got my dividend and capital gains. Oh, sorry. All of a sudden it just came to me. I knew it would. And then this bottom is my high interest savings account. Really, there's not a whole lot in it. It's less than $1,000, but I wanted to track and see how it increased in interest as well. And then one thing that, if you've been here with me, you'll notice is different is I now have colors. Those colors don't represent who's paid me, because as you can see, I got paid here. Those colors actually represent who I should be getting a monthly dividend from, so that I can quickly look, have I received it? So I know that I am expecting 2 more dividends this week. Yay! And it will increase how much I've been paid. So when I look at my dividends by quarter, because I did buy ORC, I have doubled what I earned last quarter, and it will actually be even higher because we'll add at least another $6, $6.50 to it. So I can't wait to see. This is going to be my baseline for future quarters and growth off of here, because this Q1 of this year, accidental. I didn't even know I was in dividend stocks. Q2, still didn't know I was in dividend stocks, but now I was receiving capital gains, so it increased. Here, that included that September, so I just squeaked in with a little bit of extra stuff, but not a whole lot. And then this started my really getting serious about earning a living off of dividends. So currently, my favorite place to track my dividends is trackyourdividends.com. It is a free website in which you input your stocks into, and then it gives you a whole lot of extra information. Now, you can pay. I choose not to. They have some extra stuff, like I don't get all of the research stuff, I don't get the education, but I get some basics. And unfortunately, because I have the free version, I get ads all the time, but that's okay. It tells me that right now my portfolio is just under $2,300. Last week, I was actually up $8. Oh, this week I'm down 100. So Friday was Black Friday, and stocks plunged Friday, and that really impacted my portfolio. Fortunately, I am not looking short term, I'm looking long term. Remember earlier when I said I was looking at buying stocks that were in the red? That's what I mean. Stocks that went down. So last week, Friday, actually, I was looking at all of my stocks before the market closed, and I was trying to get into Acre, one more share of Acre because of its price point. I was trying to get, who else was I trying to get? Oh, NRZ. I bought one share of NRZ because I was trying to get it up to 3. I was trying to get Owl Rock up to 3. And then I was trying to add 20 more shares to my OXSQ. And then I actually am up right now in both of those, so I left those two alone, though I do like the price points. I was up, so I just left it alone. But that's what I mean by the red. So I looked at who was I in the red to, and how about making extra money. So as you can see, I don't own a lot of shares of anything. I own 101 shares of BTG. That's unintentional. That's because we bought into gold, not realizing I was buying into it. And then I was like, hey, I've got enough. Let's just add a little more. And so that I can earn 1 share every time it gives me a dividend. And then ORC, I own 100 shares of it. I bought 100. I've earned 2.67 shares. So it is growing on its own and doing its own thing. Most of these I bought in at 2 shares or 1 share. ExxonMobil, for me, $60 was expensive. So I own 1 share of ExxonMobil. My diversification, I don't like this chart so much just because when I think of diversification, I think of the percent of something I own, not the amount of money that I have in it. And that's what this shows, is the amount of money I have in it. Like Franco-Nevada, I own 3 shares, but it's 18% of my account, but I only own 3 shares. And ORC, I own 100 shares. BTG, I own 100 shares. It's based off, and this chart doesn't show me the number of shares. It looks at how much money I have invested. And Franco-Nevada was like 120 a share. That's a lot. BTG was roughly 4 a share, so that's 400. ORC was roughly 5, that's 500. So that's why those chunks look so big, not because that's the percentage of shares that I own. Screen that I absolutely love is upcoming dividends. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't like this graph. What I do like is the one just below it. And this shows me who's getting what and when. So remember I told you we were talking about ORC and how originally I got 650 and the next month I got 658. Well, next month I'm going to get 667 from it. And that's that compounding growth. So when we start to look at this will continue to grow because I'm going to continue reinvesting every month. I also like this view because down below, it tells me who's paying on what day I should expect a payment and how much I should be expecting on it. This graph right here helps me track, am I getting paid every week? And I am getting paid every week. Yes, 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 yes. Sometimes it's once, and that was really little, it was 48 cents. Sometimes it's big, that's my 667. Sometimes it's a couple of things. This is 2 things that I get paid on the same date, but it's only $1.50, and that's all right. So this helps me know, have I done my get paid every week? And that's the first part of that short-term goal, with the second one being getting paid $5 a week. So I'm gonna leave this here. Future value, I like this a little. It's kind of confusing me lately. So I'm gonna get roughly $158 this year. In 10 years, I'll earn roughly $330. If I shoot out for 25 years, I'll be getting roughly $1,000. So I don't know how they come up with this. A while back, I was getting almost like $1,200 at this point, and 1,200, 12,000, yeah, $1,200. And now I'm not even getting 1,000. So I think it's looking at where the stock is and long-term growth and looking at the dividend growth rate, which unfortunately is decreasing. It was at like 2.6 something. Now it's down to 2.22 for my growth rate. Not so good. I know I need to work on that. I know that some of the stocks that I own are a little on the risque side. I'm okay with that, but I think that's what's impacting this. So I'm not quite as in love with this screen as I was in love with this screen. Instead, this is absolutely where I love this whole program right here is for this purpose, so that I know how much I'm going to be getting every month. So the next thing after track your dividends is my spreadsheet. I am a spreadsheet nerd. Love them. I love numbers, and that's probably part of my problem. So there's a lot of stuff in here. This is my actual year to date, what I have actually earned. This is my how much I have earned every quarter to help create the graph to the side. And then I have how much I have earned. I've broken it down every month so that I can see. So I know that the month of November, I've earned $9.20 so far. Yes, 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 yes. That's halfway to my $20 goal for the month. And then this is so cute. So I have actually gone in and figured out for each month how much I've been paid for the month. If we broke that down into the days, so I'd be getting 31 cents for the day, every day in November. If I got paid every hour that there was in the day, I'd be earning 1 cent an hour, and my hourly wage, I'd be earning 5 cents an hour, which I just think that's hysterical. If I was working a 40-hour week, that's what I'd be getting paid. I just love that view. And then, so though this is my actual, I also like to look at my projected off of track your dividends. So this copy, paste, special, I just want the values. Let's turn it into some money. I have it programmed that as I change these will change, and I'd like to be able to compare the two. So let's see, track your dividends, 1289, 1289. This has gone up, 1722 and 1149. All right, so I was earning projected $162. Now it's projected $166. Quarterly, $41.60, where it was only $40.50, so it's up $1. Projected monthly dividends. Oh, look, yes, I've earned 37 cents more a month. That excites me. I've earned 2 more cents every day. These are the same, and my hourly wages are the same, but I'm certain that if I were to take out some decimal points, add some decimals, we'd see, yeah. So this was rounding up to 8 cents. This I've actually and truly earned 8 cents. So love that I'm actually earning 8 cents an hour right now. Definitely moving in the right direction. As this continues to increase and become the norm, I will begin to earn more an hour. So if you haven't already, I'd love if you'd push subscribe down below, hit the bell for notifications, and a thumbs up for if you like my video. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything that I've talked about today. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking time to review my dividend portfolio with me. I hope you have a great day.